Good evening, I am Poppy Pewdiepie, and you are watching Pew News, the most respected news source! Back at it again with amazing quality. Feels good to be back, man.
Pew News. Now let's just jump into it. PewDiePie did an oopsie. Can you believe this? PewDiePie did an oopsie? What? There's definitely not been any shortage of calling PewDiePie a racist this past couple weeks. There's now a petition. PewDiePie faces a petition calling for his removal from YouTube due to white supremacist platform. Oh, frick. Not a petition. I might as well delete my channel right here and right now. And I might as well start finding a new job because petitions are the most effective way to make a change in the whole world. I mean, it's not like Article 13 got 5 million signatures to stop, and he did nothing! Okay, so let's check out this petition. Remove white supremacist content from YouTube. Yeah, I agree. I think that's good. I think it looks bad on everyone if there is white supremacist content on the platform, and it could possibly just lead to another adpocalypse. So I will actually have to sign this petition, and oh, it's literally just calling to ban me from the website and nothing else. Oh, okay, sure, that will stop it. We need to ban PewDiePie from YouTube. That will stop all the bad things. It's literally just calling to ban me and nothing else. I'm sure a lot of people just read this headline, stop normalizing or stop remove white supremacy and be like, I'll sign that. Sure, I'll sign that. Just by glancing over the points that they made against me, it's so blatantly misrepresenting and misinforming people. A lot of these points are just flat out lies as well. Context, who needs that? Unimportant, I don't care. Why would I need to link sources to any of the claims that defames a person? No. I mean, honestly, like, it's surprising how change.org is even letting this be up, because there's nothing to back up any of the claims. But let's just go through it. PewDiePie has in the past used N-slur twice in 2 separate videos and has hired people to say the N-word. What? When have I hired people? That implies I've hired multiple people to say the N-word. What are you talking about? I can't even defend myself. I don't know what they are talking about. Why would I do that? I used the N-word twice. I did it in the live stream, okay? It slipped up. It was incredibly irresponsible, foolish, and stupid of me to do that. And people know about this. I've acknowledged this wrongdoing and I've moved away from it. I think it's been almost 2 years now. But apparently I've done it in 2 separate videos and hired people. That's what I did. Remember that? Remember? Next point. He has promoted videos that contain Adolf Hitler speeches and anti-Semitic cartoons. The Wall Street Journal article about me had a Hitler speech in it. Is that what they're referencing? Disney has a famous anti-Semitic cartoon, or at least that contains Adolf Hitler type of propaganda. Is that what they're referencing? Wall Street Journal and Disney? Does context matter? Clearly he doesn't. He paid Indian man on website Fiverr to hold up signs to say death to all Jews. Did you know about this? Has anyone heard about this? Did you know PewDiePie did this? Has anyone ever told you this? Has every single news media article in the past 3 years that mentions my name not mentioned this enough already? I don't think so. Another thing that is never mentioned is that I also wrote subscribe to Keemstar as well. It was so obviously me trying to come up with the most horrific sentence I could think of, like the worst thing I could get to pay people to do on this website, this Fiverr, because people were literally doing anything, and it was proving a point of that. And I was shocked by the results as well. It wasn't like, yeah, awesome, we did it. It was shocking. And I thought just that in itself was interesting, but clearly I stepped too far. I've definitely paid the consequences and I've learned from that mistake, but I guess we're just gonna keep hearing it for the past 60 years. He performed the Nazi Heil in one of his videos. Where? Show it. Please show it. Because I don't think I've done it. I've held up my arm as a way to prove a point that people want me to be a Nazi so badly that they'll use anything against me. And you just proven that point yourself. Thank you very much. It's such a broken record at this point, hearing all these points. Like, yeah, we've heard it a million times. He used images of famous African Americans, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Barack Obama, captioned with the wrong names. Oh my god, how could he do this? Confirmed white supremacist, everyone. We do this with everyone, white or black. No one cares. It's just So stupid. What does it mean? It means nothing. He made a clip of a man dressed as Jesus holding a sign stating Hitler did absolutely nothing wrong. I did not do this. This is a false information that has just been constantly told by people, and no one checks up on it. I never paid him to hold up that sign. That was someone else. There's no source. I can't even like dispute it, but I remember that showing up a few days later, and I'm like, I didn't do that. Look, this is what I told him. Hi, this is Jesus. I want to say subscribe to my favorite channel on YouTube, Jacksepticeye 2. I love Jacksepticeye 2. That's what I told him to write. This is just false. I never did this. He makes rape jokes. He makes rape jokes. Yes, 6 years ago. You're implying that I do it now. And the joke was that this monster was gonna rape me in this horror game. Like, yeah, extremely childish, stupid humor. I don't do that now. Like, why bring it up as if it's a constant thing on my channel? In his face swapping video, he repeatedly uses an image actress Leslie Jones to represent Harambe, the gorilla killed in the Cincinnati Zoo last year. It seems like they're more sympathetic about the gorilla than Leslie Jones. The face swapping video was an AI that face swapped different things. The AI did this. I had no control in it. Next time I'll be sure to control the AI. I'll do my best. I'll do my very best. The thing is, like, as laughable as these points are, a lot of people are obviously taking it seriously. It's accumulated 76,000 signatures. And if you don't know anything about me and you don't know anything to challenge these points, then obviously it paints a really bad picture of me that just isn't true, or at least accurate, or anywhere near accurate, I would even argue. Then further on in the comments, they even admit themselves, saying like, even if PewDiePie cleaned up his act, his comment sections are still a cesspool of white supremacist activities and commentaries. That's a pretty bold statement. I really enjoy this part because it's like, you've argued this point that I'm a white supremacist and need to be stopped, or at least the normalization of it. That's the argument here. But all of a sudden it's like, oh well, even if the comment section, that's right, the comment section is the problem. The comment section on my channel, the cesspool. I mean, I agree that it's a cesspool, but not a white supremacist commentary. Let's just look at my comment section. Let's just check it out. It's a cesspool of Nazi commentary. Let's just look at it. Okay, I mean, this could be Nazi stuff. I don't know. There's a bunch of Russian comments. T-series, more like T-rash. Haha, that's good. Send them to the ranch. I think PewDiePie wants to live it there. Like, if you have a problem with my comment section, by all means, feel free to criticize my comment section. But don't use the listing of all these things as some sort of shield for your point. Don't attack me with all these inflammatory claims and lies with no context to then just go, well, the comment section is bad. It's so weak. It's so measly. It's so tiring. This someone pointed out that this petition is so inaccurate that they even used to list a satirical article about me as a claim that I was a white supremacist, saying that I dressed up in an entire Klansman robe while streaming. So they actually believe this. Jesus Christ. There's this satirical website that did this. They wrote, PewDiePie accidentally puts on an entire KKK uniform in the middle of a game stream. Hey, listen, it was an epic gaming moment. I could not help myself. It happens to the best of us. This is clearly just a Photoshop and a joke. It's a satirical website, but they list it as an actual claim that I'm normalizing white supremacy. Like, Jesus Christ. It is laughable, but also it's like people do believe it. So it's kind of sad at the same time. Next news. That's right, everybody. There's no shortage of PewDiePie is a racism this week. Wil Wheaton attacks PewDiePie, calling him a racist piece of bigot. Wil Wheaton, for those who don't know, is a child actress. He was on Star Trek and some other movies, and then he sort of became popular for being a nerd, doing board games and all that kind of stuff. And then he sort of dabbled into this really strange politics. I don't really know what's up with Wil Wheaton, but apparently he posted this on Facebook saying, "Hi Facebook. On one hand, I'm heartened to discover that you know so little about me. Your algorithms seem to think that I want to follow a racist piece of shit bigot. On the other hand, F you for recommending and providing a platform for this racist piece of shit bigot." Facebook provides a platform for a racist piece of shit. I'm not even on Facebook, you dumb schmuck. This is a fan-made group. Aw, Wil Wheaton didn't want to whack my fan group. Aw. To anyone who wants to or feels a need to defend this guy's words and action as just being jokes, please ask one of your non-white friends if they think it's funny when someone uses racist language or racist tropes. I bet you, Will, I have more non-white friends than you, okay? But I thought I was a racist bigot. Now you're saying that they're jokes and making it about how people feel about jokes. If you want to criticize me, feel free to do that again, or anything that I've done. But this is such a strawman argument saying, ask a non-white what they feel about his videos if it's just a joke. This implies that all my content is just filled with racial jokes and slurs. It's like, no, obviously not. That's not the case. Maybe you could add a compilation of all the edgy racist jokes that I've done, and to prove some sort of point, like, oh look, well, he might not be a racist, but he's sure made a lot of jokes. Like, yeah, I have what, 5,000 videos? I don't even know how many videos I have. I'm pretty sure you can make it. You can prove any point. You can prove whatever point in the world just by going through this library. You can make me look whatever way. Then there was a few people defending me in the comments, saying like, dude has donated more to, saying like, maybe look into the guy a bit more. Pretty reasonable claim. Dude has donated more to even just India this year than maybe you have your whole life. Never mind record-breaking charities, despite the fact that he makes crazy amount less than billionaires. And then Wil Wheaton hits up with the, you know who else donates crazy amount of money to people who need it? People who aren't racist. So you do, Will? Is that what you're saying? Or are you a racist? Now, I never list the charity work we've done on this channel because I think it's very self-loving and self-gratifying. But now that I'm being so frequently accused of being white nationalist and racist and constantly having this list of the bad things that has been appeared about me in the media constantly reinforced, I feel like I should at least bring up that if I was a racist, then why? And even then, even if my channel was racist, or my comments were racist, or my audience was racist, then why would we raise $600,000 to build wells in Africa? We raised $342,000 towards Save the Children, which helps children all across the world. We raised $1.3 million for the charity Red, which fights against AIDS, stopping AIDS all across the world. I think we raised even more. I don't know exact amount because we also did the Apple Red campaign as well through Tuber Simulator, which I know was a pretty significant amount of money. And also we $250,000 towards helping kids in India get a better education. No, doing charity work does not absolve your shortcomings or wrongdoings. That's not what anyone is saying. People are just pointing out how constantly having all these negative things listed without acknowledging any of the positive is gonna paint a bad picture of anyone. And if, just for the sake of just being ridiculously clear, at least in my opinion, anyone who's racist, anyone who's white nationalist. That's not what I'm about, and that's not what this channel has ever been about. It's so crazy to me how it's even still a topic of discussion. Do people really need an enemy that bad that they need to force it upon me? It's like they want me to be an enemy so badly to just boost their own moral virtue. Oh, well, this successful guy on YouTube, well, he's actually just a racist. It's like people can't handle the fact that I'm successful. That's kind of a strawman argument, but still, it feels like it. It feels like a very spiteful reaction to what I do on this channel. It's almost getting to the conspiracy level at this point where, like, he played a video game with a guy that had like a Jew mocking avatar, so he must be a Nazi. Oh, well, he gave a shout out to this one channel that had Nazi imagery in it out of 30 channels, so he must be a Nazi, or at least he must secretly be a Nazi. That's right, secret Nazi, everyone. Finally, I just wanted to finish up with, I read this comment on a Verge article. A friend of mine sent it to me. I know Verge article comments. Big yikes. But I think it summarized things pretty well, and why some people are so heated about defending me. I had not watched a single video until The Verge began publishing multiple articles about him. I was initially under the impression, I thought this is interesting because this person is clearly not a fan of my videos. I was initially under the impression that his videos would turn out similar to the horrific Alex Jones show. However, after watching a few few videos, I found them to be less sensational than described in various articles. It's incredibly obvious to anyone with a brain that these interjections aren't supporting racism and are instead taking cracks at Vox Media for labeling him as a racist. When I look back on the past evidence against him, it honestly said more about the poor journalism surrounding the situation than it did his behavior. For example, he recommended an anime reviewer's channel along with other channels because he liked one of their anime reviews. The channel happened to have pro-white supremacy videos buried in its history. Was that really a secret plan to subscribe kids to Nazi ideals? Obviously not. A lot of people do think that. It seemed like an obvious and understandable oversight. No one with a life goes through every single video of a channel before recommending it. Well, people are saying, well, he should have been more responsible, but they always follow it up. That's just a counter argument to their initial point. Well, he's a Nazi. Well, not really. Oh, well, he should be more responsible. That's not the argument you're making. That was my point. The other accusation against him regarding Fiverr comes off as a big mistake on his part, but I also understand why PewDiePie felt it was a good way to highlight his point. His point being that people on Fiverr go to extreme lengths to provide a service, even if it means acting immorally. In response to these issues, he issued an apology, deleted the content, something you have to twist tech companies' arm to get. Yet the issue seems to arise every time his channel is listed in an article. I'm probably a good example of how frequently it's mentioned because I have no interest in YouTube culture, but checked it out because it was mentioned so often. I wondered how someone so supposedly racist and carefree could generate so many subscribers. As it turns out, the articles were deceptive and sensationalist to my disappointment. That's it for this week's Pew News. Hopefully we can talk about something more interesting than, hey guys, I'm not a racist, I swear. But that's it for this week's. Hopefully, you know, this video will probably have ads. If you want to support the channel, I highly recommend it. This very epic merch is available right now on represent.com. 90 million club merch, let's get it. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! What? Tuber Simulator's becoming relevant! No! No, don't leave! No, please! Sponsor Eagle, please do something! Yes! Yes! This game is still relevant, god damn it.